So if you see Coach Moe out there, who's Pakistani, who's also like you, who eats similar, who dresses similar, also has the same skin color, also engineering degree, everything is the same, yet he's in an amazing shape and you're not, stop blaming genetics. It's because he made different decisions than you did. Have you ever wondered what successful people have that you don't? What are they doing that you might not be doing? How are they so fit, toned, and healthy while you're not? You ever wondered what you might be missing? Hi, my name is Mo Gayas. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. Today's episode, or today's healthy system is, why do fat people stay fat? Ooh, that's a controversial one, but I think you guys are going to really enjoy it because it's so true, right? And I want to expand this. At first, I was like, I shouldn't title this video with that, but I think it's important because if I can make a title for a video and call it, why do healthy people stay healthy? I think it's very, very reasonable to say, why do fat people stay fat? It's just the other side of the coin. And as a fitness coach, as a nutrition coach, as a person who works with a lot of people in the fat loss and somebody who used to be fat, I can tell you this from personal experience. Why do fat people stay fat? And then let's take it a step further. Why do fat families stay fat? And why do fit families stay fit? Why are these things happening? Are these out of our control? And a lot of the time, if you're just a kid growing up in a family, you don't have a choice what family you grow up in. So I'm going to give you some tools at the end on how you can change it. But first, we got to talk about why do fat people stay fat? And I think the biggest reason that happens is comfort. And let me expand on that because I'm not going to give you just a generic answer. Oh, comfort zone. No, not going to do that. We're going to go deeper. So what does comfort mean in this instance? Well, comfort means that a lot of the time we get comfortable as human beings doing the same things, eating the same things, and not doing the exercise. Half the time, we don't even know how to exercise. And here's the best part. Here's the kicker, right? Let's say you are that kid in a fat family who wants to get themselves healthy and you are overweight at the moment. Well, everybody in your family is out of shape. So why not just stay the same? It's socially and morally acceptable to stay out of shape in a fat family, right? So what do? You do nothing. Or one day you realize, okay, I really need to take care of my health because my doctor said I'm obese or I'm pre-diabetic or I have high cholesterol at the age of 22. Then you start looking for trainers, okay? And then you go up to a trainer and then you're like, hey, I want to hire you for my training. They give you a price and then you're like, okay, let me go talk to my mom and dad and let me go talk to my cousin and my aunt and I talk to my dog before I do anything. So let me go consult all of those individuals. You go home, you tell them that you're thinking about hiring a trainer. Oh my God, that's going to go well. I think that conversation, you already know where it's going to go. They'll be like, dude, you don't need to lose weight. Nathan, you don't need to do anything, right? We're just going to start going for walks because walks always solve everything, right? And they're not going to support you in your journey to getting healthier. They're not going to support you in investing in your fitness coach. I'm telling you, they won't. So here's where you're going to be that bloodline breaker. Here's where you're going to break that bloodline curse of being obese. And the way that you do that is you actually use your own courage, your own money to actually invest in a coach. Because why are you asking people for advice who are not where you want to be? People in your family are not healthy. So why are you seeking their validation when you are trying to get healthy by hiring a coach and a trainer, right? Even as a kid, that made a lot of sense to me. I knew nobody in my family ran a business. Mom and dad worked in normal jobs. So whenever it came to starting a business, making decisions for my business, I never asked my parents because they've never been in that situation. But so often I see people who go around wanting to get healthy. They have this goal. They want to lose the fat. They want to be healthy. They want to be the healthiest person in their family. Yet what they do is they go ask those unhealthy family members for validation. They want to be validated by people who that's not even their goal. They're not even after it. They're not where you want to be, right? If you really want to get healthy in an environment which is unhealthy, the best way to do it is to model somebody that's healthy. So if you see Coach Moe out there, who's Pakistani, who's also like you, who eats similar, who dresses similar, also has the same skin color, also engineering degree, everything is the same, yet he's in an amazing shape and you're not, stop blaming genetics. Is because he made different decisions than you did, right? He didn't seek validation from his parents. I literally, the first coach I hired, and my parents didn't even know anything about it because I knew they wouldn't be supportive. To them, I was just like, my mom still makes fun of me. She goes, yeah, you looked really good when you were fat, in a funny way, right? So it's like, it's okay. It's okay. But then the best part is, after I got myself in amazing shape and I understood nutrition, I understood training, and I understood all those things, I started teaching my mom how to exercise, and I started teaching my mom what to improve in her nutrition because she was starting to feel really weak with her job, right? And she started eating better and starts feeling better. And now our household has been completely transformed because 10 years ago, young Mo decided that he will break the generational curse and get himself in shape and not seek his parents' validation. And then I got the results. Once I had the results, now my family members were like, his shit works. Let's listen to him. Let's ask him for advice. But I didn't start there. So, first rule of like why fat people stay fat is when you're fat and you want to make a change, you end up seeking validation from people that are also fat who want you to stay fat. So, you end up in this cycle where nobody gets anywhere. You know, the best way to help poor people is to not be poor. So the best way to help fat people is to not be fat. Okay? It's the same logic. And I think that hits home for a lot of people, right? Can you solve world hunger if you're also poor? No, you don't have the means to. Same thing with your family. If your family is unhealthy, out of shape, and it's been, type 2 diabetes runs in the family and all those things, I'm telling you, you have to change your way of thinking. You have to take different actions, make different decisions. If you don't, you're going to end up in the same destiny that the rest of your family is headed towards. And oftentimes people always ask me, they're like, man, but like eating healthy costs more. And I'm like, yeah, so does being unhealthy. Medical bills are expensive, way more expensive than eating healthy ever will. And the crazy thing is, eating healthy isn't even that expensive. I started eating healthy while still being in college, barely making any money, working at the library. Like, I think we were getting paid like $6 an hour or some shit, right? And I was able to, like, every weekend, I would go meal prep. I would wake up super early on Monday so I can meal prep for myself before classes. So at the end of the day, it's not about money, it's about the will. I can tell you, it's so hilarious to me that so often, if you gave a quitter a gas full of car, a car full of gas, and you told them that, hey, here's the map. Here is the map. All you got to do is drive 2 hours following this map, and you will get to the destination. And a quitter will still be like, yeah, man, but it's 2 hours and it's sunny today. It's too hot. Man, I don't know. It's too hot. They'll think of 19 different excuses versus a winner. I'm telling you this because this is my life. Like, I went through this, and that's why I have a lot of passion about this because if you give a winner and you're like, hey, man, the destination is 2 miles away, the winner will be like, okay, which way is it? I'll just start walking. Because if I start walking now, I'll get there by noon at least. A winner would get there with no shoes on, barefoot, versus a quitter would quit even if you gave them a car, an AC, like air conditioned car and everything. A quitter is going to quit regardless. I don't want you to be a quitter. So the reason fat people stay fat is because comfort. Second reason, they make excuses like eating healthy costs more. And that comes down to it's not that they're bad people. They don't have the strategy, right? They think about hiring a nutrition coach or a trainer, but they're like, yeah, I don't know. I think I can do it on my own. How? We had your ancestors couldn't figure it out, right? Like, what makes you think you will? Like, let's get help. Let's get help. I was a biochemistry student in college. I was like getting great grades. I was very good at my studies. And I was around some of the best, biologists and healthcare people. Yet I knew I didn't have all the skills to get myself in shape. So I hired a trainer and I paid what I could. And I learned and I learned and I learned and I took action on everything you taught me. And over time, I figured it out. And then I taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, right? But imagine if I didn't do those things. All these hundreds of clients we've transformed in the last, 7 years, mashallah, they would all be out of shape. It would not have happened. None of that would have happened. Summer is about 3 months away. So if you want to look your very best this summer, because chances are you've tried in the past and you're like, I'm going to get myself in shape. I'm going to keep myself accountable. I'm going to get this workout program. And then you just stick with it for a couple of days and then it goes away. And that's not your fault. That's actually just lack of support. So at Training with the Titans, who is actually sponsoring this podcast, Training with the Titans, this is what we do. We're health and fitness coaches. We're also nutrition coaches. And currently we're taking on 5 clients. So if you're listening to this episode, all you got to do, if you're interested in learning more, all you got to do is just DM me, direct message me the word Healthy Systems Summer 2024. Just four words, Healthy Systems. So I know you're coming from the podcast, and then Summer 2024. So then I can give you the proper information. We can perhaps get on a call and get to know you better, get to know your goals better. But if you're in that phase and you actually want this summer to be the summer where you look your best, you feel your best, then just take advantage of this opportunity, and just DM me the word Healthy Systems Summer 2024. And you can DM me on Facebook and Instagram. My handles are the same. It's just Moe Ghias, Ghias. And then I'll take care of you. So at the end of the day, eating healthy, yeah, might cost $1 more, but so does being unhealthy. Being unhealthy costs a lot more. Being sick, your hospital bills are probably the worst. They're probably very, very, actually more expensive than anything. And the number one reason most Americans go bankrupt is medical bills. So let's get healthy, because either you pay the cost now or you'll pay the cost later. And the later cost is a lot higher, and there's no chance it'll work. There's no guarantee it will work. Okay. So that's that. And then another thing I notice a lot is oftentimes when individuals are overweight, they end up spending money on looking good. So they end up spending money on branded clothes. They end up spending money on branded purses, ended up spending money on branded necklaces and bracelets from Van Cleef and the Louis Vuitton bags, but they still look like shit. They don't look very good. Versus somebody that's in shape, that person wears something from H&M and they look great. Why is that? And by the way, I'm not being mean at all. Please. I used to be fat. I have pictures of me being fat and I hated that. I remember looking at those pictures. I didn't want to take pictures anymore because it was tough. I didn't like myself. I think God, I'm Muslim. I pray and I believe in Allah. And I think God puts these feelings in us. When we don't like ourselves, it's because we're not proud of ourselves. When you take care of your health, all of a sudden you start developing this self-love for yourself. And I want you to have that. Okay. So instead of buying fancy clothes and branded this or designer clothes, designer bags and designer necklaces, let's invest in our health. Because if you have great health, I promise you everything, and I mean everything, will look good on you. If you don't have great health, then you'll be like struggling to make anything work. Even with the branded clothes, you will still look not very good. So that's key. And then the last thing I want to talk about is a recent example I had where we had somebody fill out an application and we were giving away a scholarship. So every year, once a year, we give away a scholarship at Training with the Titans. So it's like a full ride. You get 4 months of coaching with me for free, which is, worth thousands of dollars. And we had a lot of people apply. And then the 2 applications that stood out to me was one of them was, they were complete opposite in a funny way. One person was 300 pounds. And the other person was somebody that was already pretty fit. Already, like, they were almost a model when you look at their Instagram, like this beautiful girl, just a model type. And I was like, okay, my team was like, hey, these are the top 2 applicants. They gave the, very good answers. Like, actually, the model girl gave us way better and longer answers about why she wanted to win the scholarship, versus the 300-pound person did not really give much very detailed answers. But that person was 300 pounds. And my assistant said, Mo, I think we can really help transform her. And I think it'll change her life if we give it to her. So I'm like, okay. If you think like out of all the applications that these 2 are the best, one person gave the best answers and the other person, just because of their circumstance of being 300 pounds, we should give it to them. I'm like, okay. So generally to get the scholarship, I have to talk to you because I want to make sure you're the right fit. So I messaged both of them. I'm like, hey, let's jump on a call. And they're like, okay, cool. We gave them like at least 4 or 5 days to whatever time they wanted to pick. So the 300-pound one picked a time on Saturday. And actually, the other person also picked a time on Saturday. And the model girl picked a time super early because that was the only available time I had. It was 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. She picked that time. And I was like, man, she's not going to show up. Like, it's too early. She's probably still sleeping. At 7:58, she joined the Zoom meeting. She was ready to go. She wanted this so bad. She's like, dude, I want this. Like, and this person is already in pretty darn good shape from the outside, but she like wants to get in even better shape. So her desire for the better is just so there that she's like, I'm gonna wake up super early on a Saturday on my day off to talk to Coach Moe. And then later that day, I was supposed to have a call with the 300-pound person. And guess what happened? I waited and I waited. Nobody showed up. She didn't even show up. Did not even show up. And I called and I was like, man, this must be a mistake. Like, I know she wanted it, but no, complete ghost mode. And what's the lesson in that? Well, the lesson is healthy people want to get even healthier because they see the benefits of getting healthier. Fat people stay fat because they're like, yeah, I'm comfortable. He's going to have me do some fucking workouts and have me eat a certain way. I don't want to do that. It's comfortable for me to stay the same. And then we avoid everything. And then the dragon just gets bigger and bigger and bigger before it's out of control. And then you're paying medical bills for the rest of your life because now your doctor has put you on medications, if not worse, if not surgery or something like that. So, yeah, I've been a fat person and I've been a fit person, and I choose fit every time. And I promise you, there's a lot more benefits to being fit. You'll be more useful to your family. You'll be more useful to your friends. You'll be more useful to the future generation. Be that person that breaks the curse. Be that person that ends up taking action for their health. And the rest of your family will look at you as a role model. So then they can go to you for questions. They can ask you for help. Be that person for them. Because initially, they're not going to give you validation. They might even make fun of you for eating a different way. But I'm telling you, in the long run, you're playing the long game and it's for the better. In a couple of years, when you are, you're healthier than the rest of the family, they're going to start asking you questions. And when your mom gets sick or your dad gets sick, you'll be able to take care of them. But also, they'll ask you for fitness help and nutrition help. They'll be like, hey, man, the way that Mo eats, I should start eating too because it's good for me. Instead of eating like deep fried food, I should eat how he eats in an air fryer. It's the little changes. Being healthy is these small changes you make every day. And if you make those choices right and it's become part of your lifestyle, you'll be healthy for the rest of your life. So I hope this helps. And that's my little rant on why fat people stay fat. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any more questions, shoot me a DM at Moe Gaius on Instagram or on Facebook, MoeGhias. And I look forward to working with you or just talking to you. And if you ever need any coaching or fitness advice or anything like that, just shoot me a DM. We're always taking on clients. So yeah, if you need anything, reach out. I got your back for life, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moe Gaius, MoE, as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.